Nice combo! Now let's test out your wall ride skills over this gap. Watch me wall ride this gap! Now, if you can do it, you'll be one step closer to the ranch.
American Wasteland was the end of an era in the Tony Hawk universe. Although there were skateboarding games released after, American Wasteland was the final Tony Hawk game to incorporate that classic engine with all of the fun physics incorporated. Any Tony Hawk games following American Wasteland had brand new engines, and the physics just didn't feel like that classic Tony Hawk experience. American Wasteland was marketed as an open world game. Although there are no loading screens, the levels are connected through long tunnels that are clearly acting as a way to allow the game to load other levels as you pass them through. I wouldn't mind just looking at a loading screen, but I guess they wanted to make the game seem more dynamic, but I don't think that really worked. So what are you getting from American Wasteland? Classic Tony Hawk gameplay with arguably its dumbest story yet. You are this badass skating kid who basically just runs around LA breaking crap and then bringing all that crap back to your skating ranch. You're kinda like the skateboarding version of a terrorist. I know all Tony Hawk games are corny, but the one-liners here are beyond corny this time around.
Hey man, there's a naked lady statue in there that would look awesome at Iggy's.
Naked ladies are nice.
I really think this story is one of the dumbest things that I've ever had to sit through, but it's truly a charm that only the Tony Hawk games can get away with. Similar to Underground, the exploration factor is not present in American Wasteland. Instead, you go from mission to mission based on where they're located by looking at your compass. This is one of the longer Tony Hawk games though. There are tons of missions. My most recent playthrough took me around 10 hours to beat, and that's without trying to collect and complete everything. A couple of issues I had with American Wasteland was how linear it was. There were all of these side missions that you had to complete in order to proceed, and a lot of them didn't even involve skating. For example, you're required to complete all of these tagging missions, which is literally just running around off of your skateboard and spraying random spots on the map. This was not fun, and it felt more as an annoying filler than anything else. I didn't really mind these missions when I was younger, but it was a rude awakening for the older, more time-efficient version of myself. I also despise the fact that you have to go through so many tutorials. I know that they need to introduce this for newer players to the series, but you have to complete every tutorial to unlock every move. It takes like half the game to unlock manual tricks, which is just blasphemous coming from a Rodney Mullen fan. You get some bike missions forced onto you, but they're really not that bad. The biking mechanics in this game are actually pretty good because they were taken from the Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX games. There were not that many missions involving bikes, so if you're really against BMX for some reason, this is not necessarily a deal breaker. American Wasteland is set in LA. There are levels like Beverly Hills, Hollywood, and Santa Monica for you to just run around and complete missions in. If you're used to the Tony Hawk series by now, you know what you're getting yourself into. You gotta grind on this rail for 5 seconds, and then sticker slap to manual to wall plant, and then collect this dude's skating equipment, and then do it all in one combo, followed by another sticker slap to manual to wall plant. We're playing Tony Hawk here. Nothing makes sense, and it's fun anyway. The footage you're watching is from the GameCube, but this plays best on the Xbox 360. I recommend playing all Tony Hawk games on either the PS2 or the 360 because that's where they hold up the best. American Wasteland is more of the same, but that's not a bad thing at all. If you're a fan of the Tony Hawk series and you've never played American Wasteland, it still holds up as a great skateboarding game, despite some of its shortcomings. If you like video games, or skateboarding, or really stupid stories to the point where they're kind of funny, pick up American Wasteland.